Welcome to Kentucky Farm Bureau's Bluegrass and Backroads. Today we have a honey of a show for you. That's because we're headed first to Stonehill Farm to discover how honey is gathered. Then we're off to Kentucky Farm Bureau's Beef Expo, where we'll follow a young farmer as he shows his prize bull. And finally, we'll end our travels at the world-famous Kentucky Derby Museum. So stay with us for all these fascinating stories and more as you travel with us today on Kentucky Farm Bureau's Bluegrass and Backroads. You know, we visited many different types of farms here on Bluegrass and Backroads, but today we're going to one that you might not think of as a farm. We're going to a bee farm. You know, honeybees are just about as important to some farmers as having seeds to plant. At Stonehill Farm, they have over 150 beehives. Let's go take a look.
Bees I've been fascinated by since I was a kid, you know. Well, everybody robbed bee trees back then. I used to go with my dad to rob the bee trees in the wintertime. When I got closer to retirement, I decided that's really what I wanted to do, because I've always been fascinated by them. And like I say, it started out as just going to have a couple of hives just to have around the house for our garden. And it, I won't say got out of hand, because I've enjoyed it.
We had put out a small orchard, 35 trees of different types, and we knew we needed bees. So we decided, well, we'll buy a few hives. And we started with 2 the first year. Currently running 152 hives. And if I look back, like I say, I really can't give you I wanted bees because of this. I've just always been fascinated with them. Give them a little puff of smoke or two here. They're kind of getting irritated. There's another frame of brood. So she is an excellent queen. That tells me that I'm going to go into the winter with a bunch of young bees by having this much brood this late in the year. This is what a queen bank looks like. You can see the queens inside the cage here. All these has queens in it. When we first started keeping bees, like I said earlier, I just wanted a couple of hives for myself. And then like wife said earlier, we give a little bit of the honey away to the family and all. And people really like our honey. So we decided, well, we'll try to market a little bit of it. And the wife has did most of the marketing. She calls me the field hand. She's kind of allergic to bees, so she doesn't work the field a lot, but it takes 2 people anyway. One person couldn't possibly do it all. We work the farmers market in Henderson 3 days a week, Tuesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. And in addition to the fresh produce that we grow, we are selling so much honey, it is unreal. I mean, a lot more than we ever dreamed that we would. You know, the income that we are making is astronomical. It is just never dreamed that we could sell. In fact, we wondered how we would get rid of the 350 gallons that we extracted last year, 2007. Well, we almost ran out. In addition to making just the regular honey that I extract from our honey, I make creamed honey, which is one of my really good sellers. I also make the byproducts like I make beeswax candles, I make lip balms, I make lotion bars, all those type of different things. Well, you can figure whenever the bees are foraging and bringing in nectar and pollen, and actually there is a honey flow on, you're going to have an average of anywhere from 40,000 to 50,000 per hive. So multiply that times 152, you'll know how many bees we have.
The first time that I went into a hive, which I went in it wrong, I didn't use a smoker, and I worked it from the front instead of the back. And even though I used to wear a full suit, anymore all you need is a little jacket with a pair of jeans, you know. But they covered me up, and it was quite intimidating. In fact, I had a four-wheeler at the time, and after that, when I would go work the bees, I would take my four-wheeler with me in case I needed to make a quick exit. After you learn how to work them, you'll get a lot less stings. Plus, if they cover you up and you got your jacket on, your protective equipment, it doesn't mean anything. They're not going to sting you. Probably 35,000 bees in it. She's usually in the middle, or inward anyway. Okay. See, I have the honey up here in the corner. In my opinion, what makes a good honey, first off, is pure honey. There's no additives to it of any kind. And what makes a good honey, some of your premium honey, is your tulip poplar, your blackberry, and one thing that's overlooked by a lot of people is sumac. Even though it's not a whole lot of nectar in it, it does have a major part in flavoring the honey. It has a real good taste to it. What they'll do, if there's more than one thing blooming at a time, they will go for whatever is sweetest. You don't make honey when you start. You think you can read this book and you got it figured out. And even today, sometimes they'll throw me a curve that I'm not ready for.